All right, Facebook family, it is 9 o'clock on the dot, time for Pajama Praise. I'm excited tonight, man. We've got a bunch of guests tonight with some incredible stories, with some incredible information. They're going to share their information with you guys tonight. Before the show, man, they've already talked up a store. And so they're going to talk some more because I have a bunch of questions to ask. A bunch of questions. Is that the scholarly term? A bunch of.
You tell us, Dr. Nixon.
Doctor.
Please tell us, Doctor.
Look, my dissertation is completed. I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, go ahead and be emphatically correct. Go ahead, brother.
At this point, I have nothing to prove. I already did it. But listen, I'm excited tonight to have our guests with us tonight. Again, they have some incredible stories, and they're going to share their stories. Listen, as we go into the holiday season, we want to remember families, especially those families who have lost loved ones over the weeks, over the days, over the years. Sometimes this is a hard time for them because they're accustomed to having those loved ones with them. And so during the holiday seasons, we want to remember them. We want to be kind to people. And so as we, and not only during the holiday seasons, but always we want to be kind to people, but especially during the holiday seasons. As I think back over the years of so many of the people that are not here with us anymore, it can be a very emotional time, and sometimes we make it through, and sometimes that memory will sneak up on us when we least expect it. And so we want to remember those families, those individuals during this holiday season, remember them and their families. We want to also continue to pray for our world as we go through a transition in leadership.
Amen.
So often, some people are nonchalant about it and just, they're lackadaisical and they say, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. Well, it's a huge deal. It is a huge deal. And one of the things I found is that we can find strength in each other. And so even as we go through a transition of leadership, let's lean on each other, encourage each other, and pray for one another. Some of our guests are on with us. Some of our regulars are on. Sister Bertha Johnson at Rising Star Baptist Church. Thank you for your continued support, Bertha. I really appreciate it. Sister Ruby Allen Coleman. I think Kathy Coleman might know who that is. Listen, man, Sister Ruby Allen Coleman is an awesome lady. When I was at Pilgrim Valley, she was one of our leaders in our choir. She helped me to keep the choir moving and help keep things organized. And so thank you, Sister Ruby Allen Coleman, for all that you do. Thank you so much. And Sister Naomi Hill, that is one of my choir members at the Bethany Church. Thank you for your continued support, Sister Naomi Hill. And then Catrice Reed with Loving Yourself Inside and Out Ministry. She has an incredible ministry. She's getting ready to do a Thanksgiving Day event at Pathways where she's going to feed the people over at Pathways. And so she does a great job with her ministry, with her outreach ministry. And you know what? There's another, she sent me a flyer with some information about the organization she works with. They're getting ready to do a big giveaway. Patrice, if you could, type that information in the chat area. Type that information in the chat area about the giveaway that your organization is going to do. And so thank you guys for your support. I know there's others there. I can't see you, but I know you're there because the information is popping up on the screen. And so also, before we get into the interviews tonight, I want to remind you of the concert that's coming up this Thursday night over at Tarrant County College. And so the event that's going to take place at Tarrant County College is actually to support homeless individuals that want to attend college. And so they do this concert over at Tarrant County College to as a fundraiser to help individuals that want to attend college, those people that are homeless. And so if you can't come out, we will be over there on this Thursday at 6:30 in the recital hall over on the South Campus. And that you can park on the east side of the building. The recital hall is over on that east side of the building. Y'all come there on Thursday. Sister Ramona White Barlow will be singing. We've summoned extra ushers to be on their post because Sister Ramona White Barlow will be singing. And so, and then we've got some other individuals that will be there. Purpose Driven Ministries, Pastor Chris Nettles, they will be there. And then, man, some of our trailblazers, man, some of recording artists, Sister Bessie and Sister Debbie will be there. Sister Marla Springfield will be there. And so we're going to have some great music. I see you there, Sister Bessie Hamilton. Sister Bessie will be there singing on Thursday night over at the Tarrant County College South Campus. Also, Dr. Gwen Morrison. Dr. Gwen Morrison, I have to keep saying that she is truly my mentor. She's mentored me for over 30 years now. She will be on November the 30th at the Worthington Hotel as a trailblazer by Tarrant County College and the community. And so that is on November the 30th. That's a Saturday at the Worthington Hotel. Dr. Gwen Morrison will be honored that day. And then we have the O.D. Wyatt High School Revival coming up December the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Saintsville Baptist Church, where Reverend Milton Pace is the senior pastor. Reverend Tiffany Pace Whitaker is the associate pastor. That's December the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at Saintsville Baptist Church. And for those of you that will be singing in the choir, O.D. Wyatt alumni, we will have our first rehearsal this Saturday at 5 o'clock at Saintsville. That's November the 23rd, this Saturday, 5 o'clock at Saintsville. And so there's a lot going on in the community. And you guys are going to hear about some additional programs that are going on in the community. Our guests are doing some incredible things, and we're going to find out what they are doing. We're going to find out and hear what they are doing in the community, what they're doing in their own lives, and what they are thankful for. And so before we get into the interviews, Sister Ramona White Barlow, will you open us up with a word of prayer?
Why, certainly. Let us bow our heads for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and everything in it. We thank you that you promised us that we would have good lives, that we would be in health, with good health, God. We thank you that you have blessed us. We thank you that you have answered every prayer, even if it's yes, no, or wait. We thank you for Dr. Glenn Nixon, who has put on this program, God, to encourage us and to bring information to our community. We thank you for every person who is represented on the call on tonight. We thank you for those who have joined. Help someone to be encouraged and lifted up. In the name of Jesus, we do pray and thank you, oh God. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And so some of our guests tonight may have to dash off because they're calling other people their family when in fact we are their family. But they are going to possibly have to dash off and be with their other family. But our first guest presenter tonight is Sister Ramona White. And I just realized I spelled your name wrong. Ramona White Barlow. And she's going to tell us who Ramona White Barlow is. She's going to talk about what she's currently doing some of her future goals. So Ramona, we're going to get started with you. So tell us, who is Ramona White Barlow?
First, I'd like to say thank you for having me on tonight. I realized you could have asked anyone, and you asked little old me. So I am appreciative for the opportunity. I am currently praise and worship leader at the Greater Friendship Church in Fort Worth, Texas. Pastor Parrish Lowry is my pastor. That I also sing in productions and band and a couple of things under the Ramona Music label. Also, future productions, I'll be portraying Aretha Franklin in Savan Productions.
Can you slow down?
Oh, sorry.
You're going like really fast.
Well, I don't want to take up too much time. Future productions, I will be portraying Aretha Franklin in Savan Productions presents an all-white Motown review. That'll be on December 29th at the Waxahachie Civic Center. I will also be participating in the Gospel Music Gala at TCC South Campus with the Dr. Glenn Nixon. I'm currently singing with the family, former Kirk Franklin and the family. After the reunion concert, Keisha Grandy kind of brought us all together and proposed that we create something new, building on what Kirk Franklin started and the family built. Our new single is already out. It's entitled Jesus, and it was released on in September by Black Smoke Music and David Dance Music on the soundtrack of the movie Love Mountain. It's track number 13. It's on all platforms. Go get it. And we're currently working on a project to be released in 2025.
Beautiful.
So Love Mountain, that's a movie?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful.
And it was out in the theaters?
I believe that it was released in September. I am not sure. I have not seen the movie. I've seen the trailer on YouTube. Just Google it, Love Mountain.
So, you know, Ramon, I have to give you your props publicly. We talked about it a minute ago, but, you know, Ramona was in the foundation of this show, Pajama Praise. Early when we started doing Pajama Praise, you know, I started out playing music, and then I said, you know what, we need to beef this up. And so one of the first people I called was Ramona, and Ramona so graciously came and ministered to us several times on Pajama Praise to encourage people. And so, man, I've got to give you your props. So 4 years later, here we are, Ramona, still going, you know, still trying to inspire,
encouraging, and uplifting people. Yes, via Pajama Praise. That's awesome to be still on the air after 4 years. I think that's awesome.
Amen.
And, you know, Ramona, you are one of the people that I know that you don't get your due props, you know, and you help a lot of people. You know, you go and sing background for people when in fact, you know, you are a lead singer. You know, I always say this when I was at Pilgrim Valley, when I was the minister of music there, man, I had weapons I could pull out. I mean, I could talk to somebody in the choir station and say, hey, you know, I mean, a bunch. I mean, you and Lois and Sister Brandy,
yes.
Brother Raymond. Back then, that's before Maverick became the pastor. Man, Maverick was one of my choir members that could really sing. You know, just a weapon. Sister Joyce Lewis. You know, I mean, I could just point at somebody and y'all could just come on with it, you know.
The Mildred Branch.
Mildred Branch. Sister, she was at the party the other night. Your cousin, Trina.
Renisha?
Renisha. Yeah, Renisha. And your other cousin, when I first, she was there for a little while when I first came, but she got married.
Which cousin?
Yeah, your cousin. I can't think of her name. I almost called her name, but again, man, we had so many talented singers that could bless the Lord, you know. But
Absolutely.
again, Ramona, I want to give you your props. I mean, you're doing your thing. You got a great spirit, and the Lord is going to. So you're saying you're playing Aretha Franklin, or somebody's going to play Ramona White one day, you
From
know,
your lips to God's
because you
ears.
have really impacted. Man, for you to get Jermaine Marshall to come on this program, I mean, you must be somebody, or y'all must be somebody. But again,
He's somebody.
thank you for all that you do. So now, tell us again the event at the Waxahachie place is December the 29th. Yes.
December the 29th, Savon Productions. You'll see a lot of advertisements and posts on Facebook and Instagram in preparation for it. They're going all out. The talent is awesome that is on that show, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time, and I'm going to be Riri.
Okay.
Attitude and all.
Is Robert Alps in that show with y'all?
That is a very good possibility. I don't know.
Because I talked to him week before last, and he told me he was in some show, and I think that might be the same show. But again, we want to support that. That's during the holiday seasons. So are y'all only doing one show, or what?
So far, just one show so far.
And that day is a Saturday or Sunday or what?
It is a Sunday night, December 29th. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where can we get tickets?
You can go online on Facebook on my Facebook page, Ramona White. And like I said, you'll be seeing they're doing a really, really large media push on this on Facebook and Instagram. It'll be on my page. And there's a barcode. You can click on that code and pull up for tickets, as well as the other ticketing platforms.
But you can also
type in all white music, all white Motown review.
So you can also sneak me and Kenya and Jackie and Trina and Siobhan in the back door too, right?
That's a lot. That is a lot. That's my final answer. That is a lot. I mean, Siobhan could be my makeup artist, and Kenya could be my. I'm not sure what you could do, Doctor.
I could be security.
I'm trying to be a backup singer. I don't know about makeup. I'm trying to do WAP in the background.
Do WAP, pop, pop.
Well, listen, man, that is awesome, and seriously, we want to support that. We want to support that. We want to support our own. I know a lot of times artists come into town, and we're impressed by them, and we want to patronize them, but we have our own artists that we've got to patronize. We've got to patronize you guys. We've got to support you. And so those are our plans. We're going to try to come on December the 29th. That's a Sunday night. I know nobody's having Sunday night church.
No, and the Cowboys play early, so it's no need unless they lose.
Well, that's a possibility.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not New Year's Eve, is it?
No,
it's December 29th, Sunday.
Okay.
Cowboys play the Eagles at 3:25 p.m. So no.
Even if they lose, come and be encouraged again. That everything's going to be okay. Okay, Aretha Franklin's going to sing "Natural Woman," bring you on back up.
So you're saying come and be consoled. Okay, we got you. We got you. All right. So again, our special guest, one of our special guests tonight, Sister Ramona White Barlow. Again, Ramona, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hang with us as long as you can. If you got to go, we know you got to go. You tell the family you're with your other family.
The family is literally having rehearsal right now.
Okay.
And so if I have to leave, that's where I'll be.
All right then. And so we're going to move on to another one of our guests. This is another songstress, a singer. As Dr. Margaret DeRoe used to say, a singer from Soloville. And so that's Miss Kenya Miller Crawford. And so, and we know that she's singing all over the place. Heads up, she told me she's singing on Thanksgiving Day at Texas Live.
Yes, having a good day with that. I'll be
Texas Live.
From start to finish, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so, and seriously, I'm going to try to come. That's something different. That's something different I've never done.
Thanksgiving
and so,
Day, Texas Live. Yeah.
So tell us who Kenya Miller Crawford is.
Let me ask myself, girl, who are you? Okay. So first off, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a niece, a cousin, a wife, and a mother, and a performer. That's me in a nutshell. I am a praise and worship leader at First St. John Cathedral, where my bishop is Kenneth B. Spears. I've been there now. My son is, he's 14, been there 16 years. And I have enjoyed every moment. I've grown spiritually. I've continued to be able to do things in leaps and bounds based on the word that I'm getting there at First St. John. So I'm really excited about that. So my current nature is that I'm working on my health and my wellness. I turned 50 years old this year, and I thank you. I hope I don't look, because I've increased my water. I'm moisturizing more. So I've started swimming and doing water aerobics and doing a 20-minute workout, and I'm in the future, I'm adding tennis and a couple of other types of workouts. My girlfriend, one of my friends, asked me to go do goat yoga. I don't know if that's gonna work out for me and Jesus, but we're gonna talk about it. And
you say goat yoga?
Goat, GOAT, not greatest of all time. I said goat as in as a goat with four-legged animal. I don't enjoy things with more legs than me, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. But I'm willing to try it. So that's my current thing is making sure my spirituality is intact. I'm working on examining myself internally. No more surface. It's got to be an internal look, so that I can make a full change and be able to enjoy the life that God has allowed. I don't want to do the last 50. If I'm granted 50 more years, I don't want to do the next 50 the way I did the last 50. I wouldn't change anything, but I'd like to do something a little different. So that's my current status.
Well. And so what are some things you're doing professionally? Because I know you're like singing all over the place.
Yeah, so you mentioned Texas Live. My band is Ions featuring Kenya C, AHYONZ. We although I'm helping another band at Texas Live. Band is forming pretty much once a month in Houston, Texas. We are in the next year looking to do some more original music. I have one full CD out, and a couple of live videos. That's been going well. I'm developing more the Ions acoustic experience. That is with voice and keys. Looking to do more intimate performances in that nature, and that could be even that's a private event or a sacred event, whatever's needed. Working on that. I have always had a cleaning company. It's called Apple Pie Clean, And I've had that for a few years, but as of recent, I've just decided to do commercial. Residential's okay, but you have to be sick or you have to be in recovery. Let me not say sick. You have to be in recovery for something. And I'll come help you and, sweep up a little bit, but I don't want to really have a bunch of residential clients. I'd rather do commercial. Um, uh, that, and then I'm working on a couple of things in the next 3 to 5 years where I'd like to have a laundry service and a skating rink. So I'm currently looking um, for a space to do. I have a location where I want to be. It's just, do I want to ground up or do I want a place that's already existing so that I can go in and do what I want with it? So that's what I got going on future wise.
So you're an entrepreneur as well as an entertainer.
I am, and we have been for quite some time. We have a management company, So Easy Management, and I don't participate in that as much, but I do benefit as the band in performing and opening for other artists or just being managed by that particular company, by So Easy Management.
So Kenya, you've been one of my guests on Pajama Praise. I did a full interview with you.
During
and so
COVID.
during COVID, yeah. And so many people don't know that you also have a background in media.
Yes, years ago, I was on Great Gospel Radio, 1040 AM KGGR, the station that never stopped giving. And that was really a cool job. Yeah, Jerome Thomas hired me. Y'all remember Jerry Thomas? He's gone on to glory. Jerome is still around, hanging in there. Got that job and enjoyed it, and I still get to do some media things. Working on some podcasts, and then I get to come hang out with you, Glenn, because you're doing great on this Pajama Praise. I think I wore pajamas the first time. Or at least a t-shirt that I slept in, something.
Wow. And so you know what? So Kenya, tell us something that you are thankful for. And when you finish, we need to go back to Ramona White Barlow, because she didn't tell us what she was thankful for in this Thanksgiving holiday season. So can you tell us something that you are thankful for?
I am thankful and grateful for the peace that I'm able to exist in right now. I'm thankful and grateful for my experiences. I'm grateful for learning to become, and thankful for learning to become to be pink in my peace. When I say be pink, so many times as women, we are taking on authority. We're taking on weight. We're taking on everything. We're helping everybody, and we don't do enough for ourselves. So I'm grateful for being able to be pink in my peace. I'm thankful for my children. My oldest son, Stacy, who is in Tuskegee, Alabama, attending Tuskegee University. I don't know when he's coming out. Just let him. He made me a Army mom last year. And then my baby, Malachi, he's doing well in school. He's in freshman this year in high school. Playing basketball and becoming a great leader. I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for my baby girl, Malaya. She will be 13 this week, and she is an artist. And I'm thankful for my kids, and I'm grateful and thankful for my church, and that's what I'm loving and grateful to God for these days.
Yeah. All right. Sister Ramona.
Is it my turn?
Yes,
it is.
Like my grandmother would say, I'm thankful to the Lord for life, health, and strength. The many blessings and opportunities to encourage people to lift up others. I'm grateful for my husband, Cleaver Barlow. I'm grateful for my two children, Jasmine and Jordan. Jasmine is a mezzo soprano, currently working and singing in Houston, Texas, and Jordan is a teacher working in Crowley. And I'm grateful for my community, my treasure chest of those who I can confide in and love and trust and work with. I'm grateful for my many jobs and my friends alike. And I'm grateful for hope. I'm grateful that out of all of the things that are going on in this world, we still have hope and we have hope in the Lord. So I'm grateful for those things.
Wow, wow. Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, we're just blessed to have you guys on tonight. Each week as I do Pajama Praise, I always get with the Lord and say, Lord, what do you want me to do? Who do you want me to have? Sometimes I'm trying to have somebody, and the Lord said, no, not that one, not yet, not yet. So even last week, as I was meditating on what I wanted to do for the show, you guys came to me, and you're here tonight, and so we've been blessed by you being here, by your testimonies. And then I think the youngster of the group, Miss Siobhan Davis, Miss Siobhan Davis. I mean, we're blessed and fortunate. I know this lady has a bunch of stuff going on. She's got me involved in some ventures and stuff. And so, Siobhan, tell us well, first of all, tell us who Siobhan Davis is.
Siobhan Davis is absolutely not a youngster. I will say that. I wish I was. But my name is Siobhan Davis. I am the executive director of Maroon 9 Community Enrichment Organization and Kids Acting with Purpose. You might also know me from Acting with Mrs. Davis, which is my theater arts education company. Pretty much, Siobhan Davis is a lover of theater arts. I'm a proud graduate of Maroon 9 Community Enrichment Organization.
Oh no, she cut out.
She cut out.
Are you there, Siobhan? That's the thing with technology. Siobhan, say
She's
that
back.
again.
Oh, did you miss all that?
All
We
that
did
greatness.
all of that.
Well, let me bring it back. I'm glad I have it memorized. Let me bring it back. I am Siobhan Davis. Now I am the youngster. I'm gonna take it back. And I am the executive director of Maroon 9 Community Enrichment Organization and Kids Acting with Purpose. And you might also know me from Acting with Mrs. Davis, which is my theater arts education company. What I am is a lover of the arts who went off to Clark Atlanta University to receive my bachelor of degree in theater arts and wanted to come back and share my passion for the arts with our youth. And so, with that, Maroon 9 Community Enrichment Organization, which was founded by my mother, is a program or an organization that she passed the torch to me in 2020. I came on board to create programs, free programs for underserved youth in theater arts to provide an outlet for creative expression. And so we have a wonderful program called Kids Acting with Purpose. We have 30 kiddos from sixth grade all the way to 12th that are in our program that are getting ready for our second annual Kwanzaa play. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
And so, Siobhan, as you were talking, I was thinking, and you guys can attest to this, or well, you ladies, not you guys. You never know who you're teaching. You never know who these kids are. They might look a little rough around the edges, and you know, maybe seem like they don't have it all together. But I heard somebody say this years ago. Don't count anyone out. Because the very one that you think won't will. The very one that you think that won't succeed, those will be the ones to succeed. And so through your arts program, how do y'all motivate the kids? What do you encourage them to do?
Absolutely. So we're audition based, and then we have students who have just grew within our program. I have to remind myself sometimes that we have only been in our performance phase of Kids Acting with Purpose for a year, and we've done four major productions within this past year. And so I think a lot of times when people see our finished product, they think that these are kids who have done this their entire life, or these are kids who all go to these prestigious fine arts schools, or and they're not. These are kids who this is their first time. These are kids who are dealing with daily stressors. These are kids who are looking for a creative outlet. These are kids who have hidden talent that no one knows, and it's come out through our program. And these are kids who may not necessarily go into the career of acting, but they are learning skills that help develop them for on and off the stage. And so we keep our kids motivated by creating a safe and nurturing environment. I always say that Kids Acting with Purpose is a development program, a youth development program first. It's just through the arts. And so we take students on college tours. I actually have on one of our HBCU college tour shirts that last year we took 30 students to Houston Tillotson University in Austin. And we had four students who applied on the spot and got accepted, and two actually attend there right now.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Congratulations.
Right. And so it's not just acting with us, you know. And we have a summer program every year. We're on our fifth. We'll be headed to our sixth summer program. We have career presenters who come out and get our students excited about careers that they are interested in. We had the Dallas Cowboys celebrity chef, Chef Jay. She came in and showed our students some of I believe it was some of Dak Prescott's like favorites, healthy snacks. We had a celebrity makeup artist who came out and showed our students stage makeup. We go into STEM, engineering. And so we are just a wraparound service. We've even had a student who was struggling with reading, and we were able to get him a private tutor while he was rehearsing for our play to help get him on track and support
Wow.
his wanting to be involved in our play. So again, theater is just our way in the door with our kiddos, but it's much more than that that we provide through Kids Acting with Purpose.
Well, and so, I think all of us are passionate about the arts. I say this all the time. I'm Dr. Glenn Nixon today, not because I was an academician or just so smart in academics, but because I was a disciplined musician from choir, from being in choir in high school, and then working in a music setting where you had to practice, where what we did was called redundant. You practice until you get it right. Well, skills can be applied to the academic side too. You keep going until you get it right. You research, you find out. And so, people look at the arts as just entertainment. It's discipline. It is discipline. I know Jackie was in track. She was a track star at YCU. You can't just go out there and say, hey, I'm going to run. You have to put in the time. You have to do it over and over and over again and through the arts. And, shame that the school districts are trying to figure out what to do with the children. Well, you put them in a program. You put them in a program that is structured where they can focus. Because I promise you, it can also be transferred to the academic side. As a matter of fact, my thought process is start with them where they are. If sports is their thing, teach them through the sports. If football is their thing, teach them how to read through football. Teach them how to think. Teach them how to do math through football. Because those concepts applying. So, I applaud you, Siobhan, for what you guys are doing, working with the children in art. And this is the other thing, and I'm going to move on. Academia is very impatient. Think about this. They give you 6 weeks to get it right. You hear me? And then after 6 weeks, you are graded. And if you don't get it right in those 6 weeks, they give you a bad grade. And then it goes on your progress report. And if you don't get it, there are six weeks in a school year. And if you don't get it right in those six weeks, then they label you as something where some children don't learn as fast. Doesn't mean they're illiterate. It just takes time for them to process information. But again, through working in the arts and doing things over and over and finding out the mindset of children, you guys are helping with education. What kind of support do y'all get from the educational system?
So I will say we are in a current collaboration with the Fort Worth ISD Fine Arts Department to provide this platform for their East Side feeder pattern. And so our program is currently being held at Jean McClung Middle School, and we graciously thank them for that opportunity because that is one of the things that we don't have access to is our own location. And so as we continue to evolve in our program, we appreciate partnerships like that to give us a space to house our programs. They have an absolute beautiful theater. We were able to host our summer program and our production of Harriet Tubman, Take My Hand and Follow Me this summer there. And so we love that space. It's beautiful. And we really hope that everyone comes out to see our play December 7th and 8th.
Sure. And so, Shabbat, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna move on. So when y'all are reading the scripts, the children are learning to read. Not only are they learning to read, but they're enhancing their vocabulary because they're learning different words. Yes.
Well, yes, not only that, they're also learning culture, they're learning leadership, they're learning to be empathetic, they're learning critical thinking skills, they're learning to work as a team, they're learning to solve problems. With it's so funny that our play Bone Soup, a Kwanzaa story, is about Kwanzaa because what I remind the kiddos is that we're actually using those same 7 principles to even put this production on. And so they're getting real world learning and then educating others, which is mastery, as you know, when it comes to learning, when you can actually educate someone on your teachings. And so, yeah, they are learning all of those skills through the arts, through this program. It's intense now. It's hard work, and they see that once
Mhm.
they get there. But it's fun work. We take the time to allow them to get to know each other, get to know us, and it's a lot of fun work.
Mhm. And so y'all are exposing them to exposure is important. And so now, when is your next production? When is your next show?
Yes, sir. And just to add, exposure is absolutely important. In high school, I attended my first opera, and at Bass Hall, I took Italian, and that pretty much opened my eyes to see
Uh-oh.
And she froze.
people who look like them, doing what they love to do. We had the opportunity to take them to see Hamilton this summer, the musical.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
they got to meet the
Nice.
star of the show, and that was just awe-inspiring for them. And so those are just some of the things that we do with our program. And yes, we are back. This particular play, Bone Super Kwanzaa Story, written by Jessica Smith, directed by myself. Jessica is a playwright out of Baltimore, Maryland. We actually performed this play in collaboration, speaking of community, in collaboration with Jubilee Theater last December. And so we were one of the first youth groups in this generation that they allowed to grace their stage, and we did that for 4 sold-out performances. Now we are back with a bigger cast, our colorful costumes, new music from a Grammy-nominated music producer named Pete Chapman, also out of Maryland. And we'll be at McClung Middle School Saturday, December 7th. We have 2 shows, one at 2 o'clock, one at 7 o'clock. And then we have our church show for all of our wonderful church congregations. We want you to come out in droves and see our Sunday at 4 o'clock show on December 8th. And you won't be disappointed. High energy, lots of fun songs, some classics in there, and it's something for the entire family.
Well, hey, can you say something in Italian?
Oh yeah, come and si chiami.
What did you say?
What
Muy
is your
bien, ¿y tú?
name?
What did you say, Ramona?
Very good, thank you. And you?
I was listening for something from the River Ganges. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? That's not in that song.
Me llamo es Ramona.
That part. Wait, that's
Okay,
Spanish, right?
we got a versatile
Both
group.
Latin based, you know.
So you know what, Siobhan, whenever you mention Jubilee Theater, you know we've got to talk about Rudy Eastman. Rudy
Yeah.
Eastman was our theater teacher at OD Wyatt. Mr.
Wow.
Rudy
And it's
Eastman.
so funny you say that, Glenn, because we actually highlight a few of our Fort Worth heroes in the play that have passed on. We actually highlight Rudy Eastman, we highlight Dennis Duncans, we highlight Robert Hughes, we
Yeah,
highlight D. Jennings and Gwen Barbie, and we
yeah,
highlight our Black
yeah.
Panther himself. And so, yes.
Okay. Wow, 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 wow. So you know what? This is something I've never shared. And so we talk about the Black Panther, the movie Black Panther. Um, um, I've got that was written about one of my relatives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that's I'm gonna tell that story one day once I get all the particulars of it. But yeah, man, that's a lot there. But talking about Rudy Eastman, man, he was a genius. He was a genius. We had the opportunity to work with him many times. Although we were in choir, uh, we did the production Pearly, and so Mr. Eastman directed it and everything, and we put the music with it, and we did a professional production. But you guys hang in there and keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring people. Keep going into the neighborhoods and finding this raw talent. And you know, I talked with Dara Blair last week, Pastor Dara Blair, and we were talking about how they came along. They were just singing at churches on Sundays, you know, just trying to be on a program somewhere, not really trying to be famous. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord opened the doors. Again, you never know who these children are. You know, you never know. You know, and so y'all keep doing that. So Siobhan, tell us something that you are thankful for in this holiday season.
Oh man. First things first, my family, my miracle baby who is just turned 3 years old. I'm just so grateful for her to have her in my life. My family that supports all of my endeavors and just the community as a whole. With us being this premier theater arts organization for young Black kiddos, the community has really wrapped around that. And, you know, we endeavor to take our students to travel and perform around the world. And so, with the community support through the grants that we've received and donations and ticket sales, we're able to continue and provide this program for free. And so, I'm very thankful for the Fort Worth community for embracing what we are trying to start. And just please continue to support us.
Wow, man, that's incredible information and incredible story, man. You know, you guys are just, I mean, we've got giants on here tonight with us that are doing some incredible things. And you know, sometimes it's not always the big things, but sometimes it's the small things. And then you, again, and I keep saying this, you never know who you're working with and you never know the impact that you made on somebody's life. Because sometimes people think that it was that big person that impacted you the most. Sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes it was that small person. I had, as much as I work with Miss Kelly at Wyatt, and musically, she's probably the person that impacted my life the most. There was another teacher at OD Wyatt, and she didn't teach music. She taught geometry. That did something because I was not her best student, Jackie. She did something that was a lifelong lesson that I will never forget. And it helped me to become the person that I am. And then it helped me to become very sensitive to education. It helped me look at education in a different light. And so again, Siobhan, thank you for all the work that you guys are doing. Continue to do. We want to support that. We want to be a part of that wherever we can. I mean, I think all of us are just extremely busy, but we can't do everything, but we can do something,
Dr. Glenn,
Yes, ma'am.
may I give Siobhan some flowers real quick? You
Mhm.
said it's the little things. I was selected to play Nell Carter in a
Mhm.
production by Maroon 9. I think it was still Maroon 9 then. And I played the lead role, Nell Carter. I'm a singer, not an actress. Let me say that. But Siobhan took me to the fellowship hall of a church during rehearsal, and she worked with me one on one to hone in on the necessary skills I needed to play said Nell Carter. And that was one of the most beneficial times for me
Nice.
as an actress. Now I can say I'm an actress because I played Nell Carter in the life of Nell
Flip your
Carter.
hair,
And
girl.
so
No,
you
no, you've been an actress because that's what y'all were doing in choir rehearsal, acting up. I'd have to get y'all to calm
Be
down
that as it may,
and
it
stop
was very,
acting.
very beneficial in helping me to gain the confidence to get up there on that stage and play the role. So thank you.
Wow, wow.
Oh, Ramona, thank you. I totally
Mhm.
forgot about
I
that.
know. I did not. I have
Look
never
at you say,
forgotten.
I got to help a superstar. Yes.
Yes, yes,
So,
super.
so before we move on, Siobhan, tell us about. So you majored in uh, theater or acting at Clark.
Yes, I did. And I cannot leave here without shouting out one of my most successful moments. Acting with Mrs. Davis received a grant from Beyonce and the NAACP in
Oh, wow.
2021. And that really just really fueled everything that I knew I wanted to do in the community. I'm like, if Beyonce can see the value in me wanting to provide this opportunity for young people, then there must be doing something good here.
Wow, I'm
Beautiful.
glad we had you on the show. We wouldn't have known all of that. We would not have known all of that. And so, man, you keep on being great. Y'all keep being great. Listen, we're gonna move along, man. I've got some of my former church members with me tonight, some longtime friends, Miss Jackie Coleman Eubanks and Sister Trina Timms. Trina, you probably didn't know this, man, but I got a little emotional when I saw you the other night and Lois's thing because I thought about your mom. I thought about your mom, and then I thought about your uncle. Oh my God! I mean, I was just, and I got a little emotional just thinking about them. And Jackie, man, I was over there talking to Reverend Clemens, and we were talking about men's number 2 Sunday school class. I almost got choked up again. But you know who I was thinking about? Jack Coleman. Oh my God. We had the best Sunday school class. Jack and Don and Buffin and Maverick, Brother Parker. Oh my God. I mean, they would go on in that class, man. But it was amazing. They all were ready when Sunday school time came because they studied the Sunday school lesson. And so while we were in there winging it, they already knew the lesson. But listen, man, we're grateful to have you guys on. And so, Trina, we're going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about some of the things you're doing. Tell us what you're thankful for in this holiday season.
Right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Trina Timms, and I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a grandmother. I have 3 grandchildren, and but most importantly, I am a servant. And so I'm just thankful and grateful to God. And I'm here this evening to talk to you all about our upcoming church's fundraiser gala.
Mhm.
And so I'm currently working alongside Jackie and the event committee on an exciting and meaningful project. Our
And what
upcoming,
church is this?
and this is for Pilgrim Valley Missionary
Valley.
Baptist Church, and that was coming next. Our upcoming fundraising gala for Pilgrim Valley. And it has been, and as you know, and Ramona know, Pilgrim Valley has been a staple in our community for over 100 years, and it
Mhm.
holds a deep place in my heart as I grew up, under the leadership of Pastor W.G. Daniels. And back then, Pastor Daniels made it a priority to engage with our youth. And I can remember being active in Sunday school and the Bible BTU, Bible Training
BTU.
Union, and the youth revivals that were led by Pastor Reverend Ricky Rush.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
remember those revivals that we had. And today, under the visionary leadership of our pastor, Maverick B. Gating, we're working towards a new chapter for Pilgrim Valley.
All
And,
right.
Pastor Gaten has outlined a clear vision for our church that reflects the Great Commission in Matthew 28:19 through 20. His
Mhm.
goal is to take the church beyond its walls to reach and care for community in new and impactful ways. This gala is just one part, of that effort as we raise
Mhm.
funds for a much needed renovation and expansion to better serve the local community here in
Mhm.
Fort Worth.
Well, and
Man.
and so and so that's awesome. After the pandemic, I was talking with my stepfather today. We were talking about how some churches still have not come back to life after the pandemic. The pandemic did a number on many churches, and for churches to come back to life. And then you guys are not only talking about just doing what we did, you're talking about going beyond that and reaching, impacting the community. And so, what are y'all doing? What type of renovations are y'all doing?
We're going to update. One thing that they did tell us about the foundation of our building, that it can withstand hurricanes. That foundation is solid. So we're going to renovate the sanctuary, expand the church, and it's on the left side of the church, I believe it is. And Jackie, you can chime in on that. And then also we're going to have and the first, this is just the first phase, and the second phase is going to include updating the youth side of the church. Pilgrim Valley is a very large church. We have a lot of rooms in that building, so it's going to be very important for us. And that's one of our goals, to make sure that we reach out to the community, and we would like to invite each and every one of you to be a part of our gala and attend our function. And it's going to be on December the 6th. It's going to be from 6:30. It's going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. And the gala. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get the numbers right here. Give me just a minute here. Okay, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's
Okay.
going to be the time. That's going to be the time frame. The event will include a silent auction starting at 6:30, followed by dinner, live entertainment with the Taylor Pace Orchestra.
Okay.
And we do have individual tickets on sale for $100, and tables are $1,000, with all
Okay.
the proceeds that will be going towards our church renovation and expansion.
Wow. Wow. And
And
this
this
is
event is, and this event is not just about raising funds; it's about celebrating the legacy of Pilgrim Valley and
right.
coming together to invest in our future. We're thrilled to invite the community to join us in this effort. And like I said, for ticket information, I am one of the contact persons. And so anyone can text me at 817-726-4112, or you can text 817-291-6802.
Can you type that in the chat area? Do you have access?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, type the information in there. Also, this is a black tie event, right?
It's a formal gala. So
Okay.
you can come out with your black tie. And also, if you want to just come out in a suit and tie, you can do that. And so, ladies, we want you to come in your formal gowns. And this is an opportunity for us to dress up and get all prettied up and come out and just have a good time.
All right. And so, Jackie, your mom was telling me about y'all have a tailor that is one of the prizes is a custom-made suit or shirt or something.
It's actually one of the things on our silent auction. We have someone who donated a tailored suit for men and for women. I think it's estimated at like $1,800. We have tailored shirts. So we have a lot of great things. Golf clubs. We have Ritz-Carlton spa tickets. So we have a lot of great things, and that's just part of our silent auction that's going to take place before the event.
Okay. So Trina, tell us something that you're thankful for in this holiday season.
You know what? I'm just so thankful and grateful that, God's presence in my life, his written word, his faithfulness. I'm thankful for my family and just for the free gift of salvation, and I'm just, so grateful and thankful, that God's word is true. So, when we do, as you mentioned, these are some difficult times and challenging times. But one thing that we can stand on God's word, because it is true. It is true. It's truth and it is true. So, and it steadies me and it steadies all of us. So, yeah, I'm just thankful for that.
Wow. Man, you know what? Boy, I perceive you have a great calling over your life. I don't know if you're Reverend Trina, but you might be,
Oh, wow.
Look, I've been pretty accurate. You hear me? you talk to the Lord and see where y'all are at in regards to that. But man, that's a great testimony. Great testimony that the Lord is using you mightily in His kingdom. He has His hands on you, and you guys are doing some incredible things, man. When I think about Pilgrim Valley, I was there with you guys a long time, and so y'all are the old folk.
Yes, now we are.
Yeah,
here we are.
Well, almost. It's still another generation ahead of y'all, but man, when I think back about Nanny and the chambers, and oh my God, I could just go on and on about the people that were there that paved the way, that laid the foundation. And man, you know what? When I see you guys leading the charge to the next generation, man, that means that they did impact you guys.
Yes.
That even though sometimes they probably thought you weren't listening, you heard them, because you guys are leading the charge now to take the church to another phase. That is awesome. Sister Jackie Coleman Eubanks, listen, man, you got a lot to talk about, and don't talk fast either. I want you to talk about what y'all are doing at the church, but I want you to talk about you as a track star, you as an entrepreneur. Tell us what some things you've got going on with you. So who is Jackie Coleman Eubanks?
Well, Glenn, I think you summed it up. First, let me just start let me give Trina her flowers. Trina, a lot of people don't know, Trina and I met doing track, and she invited me to visit Pilgrim Valley with her and Betty. And I went, and we were at another church, and I fell in love with Pilgrim Valley and told my mom about it. And that is how my family came to Pilgrim Valley. So it is still
Wow.
that,
Wow.
children know the word and they can bring their families into what God has planned for them in their journey. And so that is
Wow.
how it ended up. And we met sixth, seventh grade. So that's how long, we've known each other. And now we're working on this committee together. But
Wow.
I am a mother of two twins. They're seniors, and we're excited about that process of getting them ready for college and college applications. So that is most definitely one of my greatest joys. I am an entrepreneur. I've been in business. January will be 26 years.
Oh,
Beautiful.
And
wow.
I do staffing, temporary staffing, contingent staffing, and we started 25 years ago, and we started initially in the government space. And so I had some initial government contracts. Then we moved into the medical industry, and that just was thriving. And so we stuck to medical. And then 5 years ago, I added in after COVID. We started working with a large hotel management group who needed some work after COVID. A lot of people didn't come back to the hotels to work. And so we were blessed with the opportunity to be able to work with this large management group. And I was able to travel outside of the country to Jamaica and to Guatemala and be able to bring over H-2B workers, which are people that are able to come over legally and work on work visas for anywhere from like 9 months to a year. And so I was able to bring those people over and be able to place those in those hotels during that time. So the hospitality division was born there. And then just recently, we just did a full circle. I'm in a lot of different networking groups, and one of the groups was like, "You really need to get your certification. You're a Black-owned, woman business in Texas. Oh, been in business 25 years, and people, we don't know who you are because you're really not certified. You're just doing your thing under the radar." And so I took the last year or so to just really hone in on mentorship, getting great mentors in my life, and then also working on my certification. And so finally got a certification this year. And last week I was awarded a state contract with Health and Human Services to be able to service 24 of their hospitals and living centers. So
Oh,
that's my entrepreneur side of me. I also coach in the summertime. I still love track. That is my happy space. I love the way it smells. I love being outdoors. And so I coach summer track in the summertime. And now I actually just came back to Pilgrim Valley. My mom invited me back to the church. I hadn't really been back. I had been going to church online since COVID. Back, and she invited me back to a business meeting first. I had been coming to church a couple of weeks. She invited me to this business meeting. She knows who I am. She was like, "Oh, okay." I come in and I'm like, "Okay, we can do this, 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 and this." And then from that point, the events committee was formed, and we came up with the gala as our kickoff to our fundraising campaign at the church for the renovation of the church. And so this is our first kickoff gala, and we're really, really excited about it. And that's just, that's who I am. I'm an advocate for women in business, especially Black women in business, and actually helping them get, learn about access to capital. What does that look like for us? What does it look like for longevity in the business community? What does networking look like outside of what we normally think networking is into different spaces? And also taking the opportunity to look at what government contracting looks like. How do we get those government contracts? How do we get in a room with those people? And how do we put our foot stamp into, the things that we thought that were like out of reach for us, and they are still in like very close proximity. We just need to know what to do and how to do it.
So do you offer seminars, or if people want you to come and be a presenter, how does that work?
They can reach out to me. I would most definitely love to come out and speak. I speak to a lot of people one-on-one. This is just something that's a passion of mine. It's because when I got into business, I didn't have a blueprint. I was just winging it. My brother came on as my partner. And we had to figure out all these things along the way. I'm really thankful for my TCU community and just, being able to, get into a position where I knew I could get into a room and feel comfortable and speak and be able to, this is what we deserve, not just because, it's a set aside, but because we can do the work and that we're capable of doing that work and what that looks like for us, not just getting contracts. My goal is not to be a prime on contracts. And we think about large multi-million-dollar contracts. How do Black women become the prime contractor and then be able to bring in smaller agencies or companies and bring them along and mentor them up until they can get primes? And that's the only way we can do it, is keep helping each other.
And so, Jackie, it's funny we're talking about this. So when I worked in housing, I was what they call the Section 3 coordinator. And so whenever HUD would send money, redevelopment money to this area for projects, one of the purposes of Section 3 was to give low income, very low income people, minorities and others, well, not necessarily minorities, but others, business opportunities. And so the money comes to this area. Most people don't know that it does. And then, something you said earlier, how do we access it? And then who is advocating for us to access it? I sat and listened to a meeting one time where this question was asked, and the person just threw the person off that was asking the question because they didn't know what to ask. You know what I'm saying? And so with individuals like you, just sitting here looking at this panel tonight, there are 5 African-American women on tonight. And then my mentor, Dr. Gwen Morrison, who's on the board with Tarrant County College, she's on with us tonight. I would love to see you go over to the college maybe one Saturday and do a seminar, and I know you can't answer everything in one setting, but at least kind of give some insight on some possibilities,
I would love to do that. And if I don't know the answer, I know someone that knows the answer. So, and like I said, I've been doing this like 26 years. It'll be in January, and it's been a journey, and it's been some highs, some lows, a lot of doors closed, but we keep fighting, and we keep pushing for equality, not just for women, for Black women in these spaces, because it's not just women, because women can be of any color. That's one of my advocacies, is just making sure that we are in the room, that we are heard, and that we are also taking our pleas, all the way up to like the White House, being able to sit in those areas and say, hey, we deserve, the same type of funding, whether that's grant, access to capital, how to get that capital, how to get those lines of credit, how to get to those bankers, how to establish those relationships with those bankers, and have them in our community, helping us grow our businesses because we employ people.
So, Jack, I need you to promise me tonight that you're gonna come back on my show, because we've got to do a show with just you. I mean, we've got to do a show with just you, because again, man, the Pajama Praise is about encouraging and inspiring people. And if you've never seen it, then you probably don't know it exists. Exposure is everything. Sometimes that just one word can often inspire some people to go further. Just the tad bit that you've shared with us tonight, man, it's a whole nother show. It's probably 2 more shows, but again, I do want you to come back on Pajama Praise, and we're going to create an audience for you, for them to hear your story, hear some possibilities, and some of them may be on the verge of something right now, and they just don't know the next step, and you might inspire and encourage them through saying one thing to encourage them to pursue that next step. You know, I often say this with agencies. You know, you want to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, because sometimes when investigators come in, they'll find stuff they weren't even looking for. But the reverse side of that too is go to seminars. You know, listen to people when they're talking, because they may say something that you've never thought of. You never thought of. But again, so you have a staffing business?
Yes, we do temporary staffing. Like I said, our primary space had been medical staffing in hospitals, and then after COVID, you know, we picked up, you know, the hotels, where we brought in over about 200 employees from overseas and brought them over here to work. And so we still have all those contracts, and then we just got back into government staffing. So that's kind of where we're at now, is, you know, keeping with our medical, our hospitality, and then we just back into government staffing.
So now, do you still travel overseas?
Well, last year we started a new initiative because we really just didn't know what the political scene would be. And so we have to forecast in the future what it looks like in regards to who our leader may or may not be. And so our new initiative was trying to work with the people who are currently here. We have a lot of people who've come over, not just from Mexico, Venezuela, a lot of different countries who have come over under asylum or other ways. And they actually have their citizens and they're legal to work here. They're not undocumented workers. And so I reached out to a lot of those refugee organizations, and we just started a partnership with them. So once they get to the level where they are able to work legally in the United States, they can contact us and see what we have in their city. Right now, we're in 33 different cities where we employ people. And so, and then we've also worked with, like, actually now Chicago is one of my largest cities where we were able to work with one of the areas, and they created a training program because we have a lot of hotels that need work, and they created this program based on what our clients need. And so once they're finished getting all their work documents, they can go to training, and then we can employ them.
Nice. Well, and so, you know, Jackie, you know, back in the day, a lot of our forefathers were domestic workers. You know, that's what they did, you know. And so as time has, you know, transitioned or changed, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to do that type of work. You know, they don't want to do hotel cleaning or healthcare or even the construction side, you know. And so it's a two-edged sword, you know, when they're talking about deporting people, you know, because they're whatever. Well, you have to remember, some of these people are the people that do the work, you know.
And I think we can still find people here can do the work. I actually was talking to a lady out of Dallas, and she was talking about, like, inside the high schools where it's just education on what different occupations are available that are at livable wages. And everyone's not meant for college. You know, that's just not going to be the path for every student coming out of high school. But there are other paths. You know, I talk about a housekeeper who now is the VP of the management group. Him and his wife both started off as housekeepers at the hotel. They moved up to front desk. Then they moved up to general manager. Then they moved up to now VPs. And these are now, you know, making seven figures and, you know, running multiple hotels around the country. But they started there. And so it is a stepping stone because there are a lot of different occupations in hospitality. It's just not room cleaning.
Right. Well, so that's why we need you to come on back on the show to break it down for us, because often we have a limited perception of a bigger picture, you know. And so when somebody that's in the industry that knows the industry and knows the different sides of it, explains it to us. You know, I don't know, did you guys ever see the movie The Help?
I did.
Not The Help, the other movie, the one that Forrest Whitaker played in, The Butler. Man, that was an eye-opening movie to me. Not so much him being the butler, but there was a scene there when the butler's son was in a room with Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King was talking about how impactful someone, even as a butler, could be, to society, and the impact that they made because they were professional in what they did, and so yeah, I just thought about that while you were talking. But again, if you do a job well and do it with pride, I think that's the point I'm trying to make. That you can make a difference in the life of somebody or even our community and society. And so, Jackie, you coach track. Tell us about that.
Well, it is summer league. It is where actually Trina and I met running summer track. It is it's a nonprofit as well. We have a lot of kids that come out from all over Fort Worth to run our team, and our goal is just really just not just teaching them about like just running and what that looks like, and really it's just about finishing. That's just a life skill. What we start, we finish. If we give 100%, when we're tired, we get back up. And when things hurt, we keep pushing through. And that's just kind of like one of the things. And also just being supportive, like, sportsmanship and what that looks like, building a family around other teammates. And it's really a space also where we're able to talk to kids one-on-one. A lot of them deal with a lot of mental health issues, being outside now, being able to run, being able to talk to someone outside, their household has been, really it's been great for me, being able to teach kids how to, pray, how to meditate, how to, relieve anxiety and depression through those things. And not, we can do that through like running and, just exercising and kind of like what that looks like. They travel, like depending on like their skill level. And so it also gives them an opportunity to travel and see things in colleges outside of Fort Worth, Texas.
Now, Trina, do you still run? She's on mute. You're on mute.
No, I said unfortunately not. No.
Because I was going to challenge you and Jackie to a race.
But I still love the sport. I still love to watch track, and I used to play basketball, volleyball. I'm still an avid fan.
Okay. Well, see, you know what, man, you guys have done so much and you do so much and you're going to do so much. And often, you know what, you never tell your story. Nobody asks your story and you never tell it. Man, you guys are doing some incredible things. You've shared them here with us tonight on Pajama Praise. And man, we've got a huge audience tonight, They're listening to your stories. You guys are impactful people that are making a difference. And so Jackie, what is something you're thankful for in this holiday season?
Really, I'm really just thankful for blessings and for opportunities. I'm really thankful for my mom inviting me to the fundraising meeting. I was actually leaving another event and I was like, I'm leaving, but I'm going to make it there. And, God just needed me to be at that place at that time, because when we're thinking about a renovation of a church, we're not talking about thousands of dollars. We're talking about millions of dollars. Our goal is to try to make sure that we can get our renovations paid for our church to be debt free, and do those things and what that looks like as a commitment. And when you're doing that type of fundraising, we most definitely have to come in as a team. We have worked really hard with several committees putting these things together. And so I'm really, really thankful for that. I'm thankful for my boys. I have twin boys that just turned 18. Those are my only babies. And just being able to like really grow into like really strong young men that I'm very proud of. And, looking at them, look at colleges, hopefully one of them will go to TCU. And so we can have some legacy, but I also have another, yes. And then, I have another one looking at Tulane. And so I'm really, really, proud of them. I'm really thankful for them. And I'm really just thankful that God has put me in a place, where I'm able to just give back in whatever way I can give back. I'm a compassionate person. I believe in helping people. People ask me, oh, how much do you charge here? And they're like, oh, you can charge. And I was like, you know what, God, he gave me this, and I have no problem sharing it, to anyone who wants to listen or who needs help.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man, that is awesome. Boy, this has been a great show. This might have been the best show I've ever had. Because,
So
man,
great. I didn't want to leave. I missed rehearsal. I didn't want to go.
I was like, girl.
I saw you, Trina, and I was like, oh my God, Trina.
Well, Glenn, I want to just tell you thank you for having me, because I've never been on a podcast. I'm not on social media, but just to be in this room with you ladies and you. So I just thank you and for the opportunity, just to be a part of it.
Well,
but we cannot forget our gala, okay?
Yeah.
I contacted Glenn. Remember, he didn't contact me. I contacted him. I saw his podcast last week. I was like, how do we get on that podcast? Talk about our gala. And look, a week later we're here, and so we're really thinking. So when God moves, He moves. Yeah. And this gala is, it's a lot bigger than we thought it was gonna be. We're gonna be at the DoubleTree Hotel. We're not in the fellowship hall. We've invited everybody, the mayors. We invited, the business community. I mean, we have people buying out tables. So it's gonna be an event, and so it's not just a fundraiser, but it is a fundraiser. So we really, really would hope, people would, even if they can't come, we have a lot of people who can't afford to come in the churches. So we have people that can donate angel tickets, donate tickets, make any type of donations. Like Trina said, 100% goes towards this. Our renovations are not just for that. We are a staple in the community, but we have to bring the community back to the church. Mm-hmm. You remember how you go to the church for all your resources? Like, that's what our vision is. You don't have to go downtown or go all these different places. We should be able to bring that back to a central location, open throughout the week, being able to help the community in whatever way that is.
Exactly. And you know what, man, that's incredible that you say that. And Pilgrim Valley is in a location where it can happen. You got Goodwill right up the street. You got the charter schools up the street. You got the public schools up the street. And I know people need services. And sometimes the social service aspect isn't enough. They need the church.
Yes.
They need the church. They need the church. And so, listen, man, we applaud the work. Even though I won't be able to attend the gala, I'm going to buy a ticket. So you have my commitment. I'm going to buy a ticket to the gala. And then, we can continue to push it. It's a couple of weeks away. Y'all send me a flyer. I will post it on my page, and Ramona's gonna post it on her page.
Thank you.
But seriously, guys, we've got to support each other. We've got to support what Kenya is doing. We've got to support what Siobhan is doing. What Trina is doing, what Ramona, what Jackie is doing, we've got to do that. That's the charge that we have. Dr. Gwen Morrison says, I'm so happy to meet all of you ladies. I've known Kenya since her days in the Texas Girls Choir. Was she back here, Dr. Morrison?
I am a sweetheart. Thank you, Gwen.
But Dr. Gwen Morrison is somebody to know, man. And I know I'm going to talk to her later this week. And so from this session tonight, we're going to do something. We're going to do something. Hopefully we can do it over at the South Campus. That is one of her campuses. Hopefully we can do something over at the South Campus, talk about entrepreneurship. Siobhan can bring some of her youth over there. Ramona can talk about entrepreneurship. and the arts. Kenya can talk about being a professional artist, entrepreneurship, because she's an entrepreneur. Kenya, I never knew you had other businesses. I thought you only sang, you know,
No,
but you are.
I just stay quiet and let it move in my favor. That's it.
And you know what? They need your services, you know, in cleaning in the government.
Absolutely. I need to know the right questions to ask. You hit the nail on the head. We don't know the right questions to ask in order
Or where to go
have
to put in your bid, or
different
even the ones that you don't have to bid for.
that part
Getting
right there.
cases
So
and getting
I already wrote down your information, Miss Jackie.
yes.
We're good.
Mhm. And so
Hey,
we need to do that.
do you mind
Go
if I
ahead.
run down? I didn't run down my November stuff and the dates because I saw somebody put on here, how do we get tickets for everything? And you can just go to my page, to my personal page, Kenya C Soul Singer on Facebook, or Ions6 on Instagram, AHYONZ. I'm going to update
Mhm.
everything on the Ions featuring Kenya C page. But this week, if you're looking for something to do, another singer by the name of Lala J, she's presenting the Speakeasy Thanksgiving edition. I'm performing there with her this Thursday at St. Rocco's in Dallas at 7 p.m. That link is on my page. On the 23rd of November, I'm in Houston, Texas. So if you're looking from Houston, go ahead and make your reservations at Scott Gertner's Rhythm Room over in the Memorial area. I perform there once a month. And next month, I'll be there December 14th. So November 23rd and December 14th in Houston, Texas. On November 24th, So Easy Management is presenting Michael Collier, comedian Michael Collier. All of these comedians, Katie AF, Funny AF, and Lamar Jones will all be at the Denton Civic Center on November 24th. I believe that's a Sunday. On November 28th.
What does the KDAF mean?
We're on the Pajama Praise party, and there is a censorship issue that I am unable to articulate in a more spiritual fashion.
Okay.
So you use your Katie, awesome, awesome female, Katie, awesome female. You knew what it meant. Don't do that.
Siobhan told me to ask.
I know. She texted you. She
already knew.
They are all very great comedians. Michael Collier has been a friend of mine for at least 16 years now. So he's really great. And then Glenn mentioned the November 28th. That's Thanksgiving Day at Texas Live. It's Troy's Arlington at Texas Live. We'll be on before the game from 1:30 to 3:30, and after the game, whatever time that is. I'm performing the entire time. It's going to be a great show. It's my first time performing Thanksgiving Day all day. And then December 28th, for you Fort Worth folks that don't want to go far, I'm at Club Ritzy, and I'm there for New Year's Eve as well. So you can make your plans. There's a bunch of things we got going on, and we're grateful to God for making those doors open to us. I'm excited about that Texas Live. I have not performed there, so I'm hydrating and moisturizing and taking my vitamins because I'm gonna give it to them the best I can.
All right.
Thank you for that.
But that is awesome, man, that you guys are doing incredible things in the big venues. And, you know, I'm serious. I'm going to try to come out there Thanksgiving Day. I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
I've been to Texas Live a couple of times, but that was nothing was really going on. It was like doing a weekday, but I want to see how they really make it happen out there. But again, y'all, so it's 10:34. Listen, y'all, we've been on an hour and a half. This has been really great. Jackie's promised that she's gonna come back, and
She's making
I'm gonna get with her. We're gonna make it happen. As a matter of fact, y'all, when y'all get a chance, go back and look at the show. Dr. Gwen Morrison said that she wants to get all of your contact information.
Okay.
And so we're probably going to try to do something, or she's probably going to try to do something over at TCC South, because this is just too much information here to do it all in one show. And then,
you do such a great job, Glenn. You do such a great job.
Yes,
even opening
absolutely.
the door and the mindset to be able to come out and look at your program to get more information later. You do a phenomenal job with that,
Okay.
Dr.
Thank you. Thank you for this
Yes.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Sure. So next week, guys, we're going to do the same thing. Since I had all ladies this week, next week I'm going to have all men.
All right.
men.
All right.
And I've got some great people lined up. One of my guests for next week is going to be Fred Sanderford. Fred is a great leader, a great musician. He's a instructor over at Tarrant County College. I think he's at the Northeast campus. But Brother Fred is going to be with us, and a couple of other people. And
Brother
so we're going.
Fred will also be in the All White Motown show. It's his band that's going to be the band. The Inspiration Band will be the band for all of that.
Nice.
Okay, awesome. Nice. Yeah, so we're connecting the dots. I did not know that, but we're connecting the dots. But so y'all be with us next week as we continue this journey in the Thanksgiving season, as we give thanks to God. Man, I don't know about y'all, but man, I'm grateful to God. Amen. I was telling them at church yesterday, I said, often we come to church and we look dignified, and we don't want to clap our hands, we don't want to make any noise. But man, when we think about the goodness of God, all that he's done for us, and how the Lord has brought us and kept us, and then how he's taking us. And so he just didn't do enough.
Right, Glenn. I'm rocking.
More than enough. Listen, man, even and this is my testimony, I wasn't trying to earn no doctorate degree. I never had any aspirations, but man, I read one line that said leaders are lifelong learners. And I entered into a doctoral program, and somehow, some way, 4 years later, almost 5 years later, I graduated. You hear me? And so, man, I am grateful because people didn't see me sitting in a room all day researching. Y'all didn't see that. Most people did. And then they didn't see me firing off ugly emails to my dissertation committee. Because I spent days working on a chapter, and I get it back, and it's bloody red. You hear me?
And it wasn't the blood of Jesus. It was not
the blood of Jesus. But seriously, but as we think back over our lives of how the Lord has brought us and kept us,
Amen.
and we've got to give Him the glory and the praise and the honor.
Absolutely.
And so, man, when I hear stories that you guys have shared with us tonight, it's incredible of how the Lord is using you to impact a whole nother generation. I want to say thank you again, you all, for being with us tonight. One of the things I always do is give a shout out to the people that joined us for the show. And so I want to thank, I see you there, Dr. Patrick Bradley. Dr. Patrick Bradley is going to have a sing-along out at Westside Baptist Church in Louisville this coming Wednesday at noon. And so if you're out in the Louisville area, join us over at the Westside Baptist Church. We're going to have a hymn sing. Sister Ruby Allen Coleman, thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for being a great leader. Sister Audra Scott is watching. Audra, I'm not on Pajama Praise yet. Audra, I've got to get a date for you to come on Pajama Praise. Audrey is an ODY graduate. She travels all over the world.
A diva.
Singing opera.
A true diva.
Siobhan, she travels all over the world singing opera. They send for her. You hear me?
Wow.
They say they called me, you know. They send for Audra to come and sing all over the world in China and
Call me
Japan.
Audra. You need to talk to my daughter. This is a place of resources. I'll call me Audra. I need you
Yes.
to meet with my daughter, Jasmine Olwaya. She's a mezzo soprano in Houston, Texas.
All
Find
right.
her.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Sister Tina James, thank you for being with us tonight. Sister Pamela Davis, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Minister Courtney Richardson, thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you so much, Courtney. Sister Jocelyn Evans Perry is with us tonight. Thank you, Jocelyn. Tell your mother I said hello. Elder Michael Taylor is watching with us tonight. Hey, Elder Taylor, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Sister Jackie Harden, we're still praying for you. We know you had some health challenges earlier, but we are still praying for you, Sister Jackie Harden. Sister Anna Ivory Edwards, thank you so much. One of the great musicians of the city. Sister Lisa Rogers, another OD. Thank you for being with us, Sister Lisa. Sister Demetrius McKenzie, thank you, Demetrius, for your continued support. Sister Tamika Carruthers, thank you for being with us. Sister Kendria Clark, thank you so much. Sister Vicky Briggs from Pilgrim Valley, thank you, Sister Vicky, for being with us tonight. My longtime friend, Brother Bruce Fuller, another ODY graduate, is on with us tonight. Thank you, Bruce, for being with us. Bishop James Brown, thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for your continued support. And then Sister Brandy Tutt. Y'all know a lady named Brandy Tutt. Sister Brandy Tutt is on with us tonight. Thank you, Brandy, for being with us. Sister Nedra Warren, thank you for being with us tonight. Sister Pebby Peaky is on with us tonight. Thank you for being with us. She's from the Pastor Chris Nettles Church. Sister Sheila Bryce, Mother, is on with us, and I know all of y'all know Mother. Thank you, Mother, for being on with us tonight. Let's see, who else do we have here? Sister Faye Davis from Texarkana, Texas, is on with us, a longtime friend. Thank you, Faye, for your continued support. You still owe me a show, Faye. I'm still waiting on you. Sister Katie, Lizzie Joe is on with us tonight. Let's see, Sister Catrice Reed, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for all that you do in the community. Sister Keosha Jordan from Pilgrim Valley Missionary Baptist Church is on with us. Thank you, Keosha, for being with us. Brother Sam Sibbert, I guess it's Brother Sam Sibbert. Thank you for being with us, Brother Sam. First Lady Laurie Scott, thank you for being with us. Dr. William K. Brown. Now, Dr. William K. Brown is the host of the Gospel Gala at TCC this Thursday. Dr. Brown is the coordinator. He's the one that actually coordinated the event. I just kind of helped him a little bit. But Dr. Brown, they're doing a great work over at TCC, the South Campus. Let's see. Brother LaTwan Moss, another ODY graduate. Being with us tonight. Brother John Jocelyn from the Bethany Baptist Church, my church. Happy belated birthday, Brother John Jocelyn. Sister Dottie Robinson. Sister Dottie, I don't know if you're back at Pilgrim Valley, but I know you were there at one time. That was another one of my choir members, very good choir member. Thank you for joining us, Sister Dottie Robinson. Sister Renee Jackson, that's my classmate, class 1984, OD White High School. Thank you for being with us. Then the maestro, Brother XL Amos. Brother XL, I got to get you on Pajama Praise. You've been on my list for 3 years. I've got to get you on Pajama Praise so you can tell your story. Sister Yvette Wilkerson Williams, thank you, Yvette, from Grace Temple, Seventh-day Adventist Church. Let's see. Sister, we moving along. Lost my place. Let's see. There we go. Sister Demetria. She's officer or detective Demetria. Thank you, Detective Demetria. She was in my youth choir at Rising Star. Little bitty baby. She was in the children's choir. Now she is a detective. She's a detective. Thank you for being with us. Sister Teresa Tarpley, thank you for being with us, Teresa, for tonight. And then my long time friend, and I know all of y'all know her, Sister Peaches Franklin Jackson is on with us. Another song. And then another good friend of mine, Pastor Lisa Miller, Felicia Lisa Miller. She was a trailblazer. She was one of the first female drummers I ever heard.
She played every musical at Antioch.
Right.
Hey, Lisa, girl.
We work together every Sunday at Rising Star. And then another OD White graduate singing chaparral, Sister Rosalind Sanders Boone. I mean, raw. But listen, y'all, this has been
Man, you got everybody in for. We know everybody's name you call. I love that. I love that. Everybody.
You know, that's my gift. I'm well connected with people. I've been around a long time, made friends, and that's one of the things that I do. I cherish my friendships, and I have a lot of friends. But listen, guys, we've been on too long, but again, hopefully we can do this again. I'm not sure which format, which setting, but we will do it again. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Thank you for informing the community of what you're doing. Y'all keeping on, hanging there. The race is not given to the swift or the strong, but to those that endure it. And so may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. And y'all keep doing some great works in the kingdom. I'm going to ask each of you to give a quick closing thought, and we're going to sign off. We're going to start with Sister Kenya.
Whatever you do in life, if you have a library full of things to do, put them on the shelf, the books on the shelf, one at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. If some books fall off that you put up earlier, fix the pages, put it back, go back to where you started to accomplish each and every goal that God has put in your heart to do.
Wow, that's a good thought. Good thought. Minister Trina.
I would just say, don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Don't be dismayed. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord. Amen. Keep your eyes focused on him. He will always lead and guide and direct our path.
Amen.
All right. Amen. Sister Jackie.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm sorry, I put it on mute so I wouldn't be loud. I just have one thought is that, trust in God and don't look back. Trust his plan and follow your journey and enjoy each moment of the journey. Closed doors, turn into, open double doors. So don't look back. Just keep moving.
Jesus.
Trust in God.
All right. Evangelist Ramona White Barlow.
Oh, me. Okay. Yes. This has been such an awesome experience. I'm so glad that I stayed on. I'm so encouraged about what these ladies are doing in our community. And just to be a part of the program was just awesome. My motto, my personal mission and vision for my life is to aspire to inspire before you expire. So in all that I'm doing, Just aspire to encourage somebody and lift somebody else up and take them with you, and don't go by yourself.
Amen.
Wow. So listen, you guys, before we go off the show, those of you that are watching that are on with us tonight, y'all take this and share this show on your page for other people, because this is just too good to keep amongst ourselves. Share it with somebody. Again, y'all, we will see you here next Monday night, 9:00 p.m. for Pajama Praise. We're going to have another night of Thanksgiving. The men are going to share their stories and give you some updates on what they are doing. Hey, listen, y'all be safe out there. Continue to pray for each other. Continue to inspire our young people. Good night. Y'all be safe out there.
Good night.
Bye.
Don't forget the gala.